Yeah, right, right. And it's funny because people argue it's 10-2. I think it actually says 10-2 on the UFC's website. I don't know, but the tournament that I did in Invicta, where I won 3 fights in a night, I guess only one technically counts via the commission, but I've won 10 fights or 8 fights, however you want to look at it. Kind of silly, but because they were only 1 round fights or whatever, they don't count them. I would argue against that, but that's not, either way, I'm all right. But like being in Abu Dhabi and having that first fight there and getting into the UFC, I wouldn't say the walkout was different or even the time being there. It like still hadn't hit that it was reality. I was still like in this dream world of, oh my goodness, I'm in the UFC. Like, but am I in the UFC? Like, you're not there until you win your first fight. That's how I feel about it. Whether you have a contract or not, like, it's just not that yet. And when Bruce Buffer called my name, like something in my head made me go back to what you said, like my first pro fight. And I got this nervous feeling, and like all my adrenaline was just like, ah. And I haven't had that in years, like for fighting, I'm very stoic, I'm very calm. I go in there very level headed. And that time for about 30 seconds, and you can see like the switch, you can see the gears running in my head. And my dad like chewed my butt after the fight because he was like, "What was that first 30 seconds? You got punched in the face so much. That was retarded." I was like, I know, because I never get hit. Like, that's my thing. I don't get hit. I hit you and I get out of the way. And I just kept taking punches to the face because it took me about 30 seconds to like come back to reality of nerves calming down and, okay, you're in a fight now. You're in the UFC. Go.
And I mean, the elbow was brutal, right? Like, and it was like it really busted her open for a minute. Were you a little disappointed that the doctor stepped in there?
Um, Not now, I guess, but yes, at the time, I kind of wanted to put my hands on her to finish it because there's always controversy. Even if it was a clean, like, yeah, she could not have continued, her fans, of course, would be like, oh, she's tough. She would have made it. But because it wasn't impeding her vision or whatever, people argue. But in all honesty, I was already targeting her nose. From the first punch I hit her, her nose was bleeding. And I'm like, why would I not keep elbowing her in the face? She never caught on. I hit her 4 times with an elbow, the same elbow, and she didn't do anything to stop it. It was just going to get worse. She was going to have a whole fillet open on her face by the next round. But in honesty, like, I wish they wouldn't have stopped it just so I could go in there and put hands on her and show my full game.
Well, and I guess also because it was your first experience, and it's like, what? It's over. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
because obviously, as you were saying, like you're in the best shape of your life. I'm sure you probably would have liked to dance for a little while longer anyway, right?
yes, but at the same time, it got me a lot of attention, I think, from making it the doctor stoppage and for making the damage that I did.